Is the woman you're dating truly your other half, or just a fleeting figure in your life? And if her past relationships leave you feeling uncertain, then this video is just for you. Join us as we unveil the secrets and explore 10 subtle signs to identify a true player. Don't let her charming looks or sweet words deceive you. Stay alert, observe, listen, and analyze to make wise decisions for your own happiness. This is not a judgment, but rather a wake-up call, a guiding light to help you understand the woman by your side. By recognizing these signs, you can avoid toxic relationships and deceitful hearts, and seek out a genuine love where you are truly valued and cherished. But first, a warm welcome to all the new members of the channel. Your support is incredibly valuable. This channel is dedicated to fostering personal growth through shared knowledge, and as I share my insights, I continue to learn as well. If this is your first time here, take a moment to hit the subscribe button below to stay updated with future discussions. I don't hesitate any longer. Join us on this journey to uncover hidden secrets and find the answer to the all-important question: is she truly worthy of your love and trust? Number 1. She often compares you to her exes. When starting a new relationship, a woman without much experience in love typically doesn't have the habit of comparing you to others, because you are all she knows. However, if she has had many relationships in the past, it's likely that at some point she will intentionally or unintentionally compare you to her exes. These comparisons may be subtle and seem harmless, but they can leave you feeling insecure and undervalued. How can you recognize that she's comparing you to her exes? Sometimes she might casually mention that the meal you cooked is better or worse than one she had with her ex. Or she might talk about an activity her ex liked that you've never suggested. Even during arguments, she may compare your flaws to those of people she's been with before. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We are not disturbed by events, but by the views we take of them." When she compares you to past lovers, even in small ways, it can still leave deep emotional scars. You may feel like you're not good enough or unable to surpass the shadow of those who came before you. However, it's essential to recognize that these feelings are not your fault. Comparisons are sometimes inevitable when someone has had many relationships, but that doesn't mean you have to accept them. Face the issue head-on and make it clear that such comparisons are unfair and disrespectful. Let her know how you feel and that you won't accept being treated as a replacement for her past lovers. By doing this, you not only protect your self-worth but also establish a foundation for the relationship based on mutual respect and understanding. If she cannot stop comparing you to other men, it could be a sign that she is still attached to the past and is not ready to move forward with you. In this case, ending the relationship may be the best option for both of you, allowing you to avoid further pain from unnecessary comparisons and giving her time to process whatever still lingers in her heart. Remember, you are not a replica of anyone, and you deserve a relationship where you are appreciated and valued for who you truly are. If you've had this experience, feel free to share with me by commenting one. Now let's move on to the next part. Number 2. She is extremely secret about her phone usage. If you notice that her phone suddenly becomes an inseparable object whenever the two of you are together, and she seems secretive when using it, this could be cause for concern. With signs like placing her phone face down, quickly changing the screen when you glance over, or acting secretive when a call comes in, can raise doubts that she may be hiding something. This might lead you to question her honesty and trust in the relationship. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do not worry about things outside your control. Focus on your response instead of the event itself." When faced with this situation, instead of letting suspicion consume you, take control of your emotions and consider all possibilities. She might have legitimate reasons. Perhaps she's just protecting her personal privacy, or she may have work conversations she doesn't want to share. Everyone has the right to guard their personal space, and this doesn't always mean she's doing something wrong. However, Marcus Aurelius also taught that truth is of utmost importance, and in a lasting relationship, no one should have to hide anything, including phone usage. But if your doubts continue to grow and she shows no signs of changing or sharing with you, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship. Trust must be built on openness and honesty. Calmly and openly discuss your concerns with her. If she truly cares about the relationship, she will understand and be willing to change in order to build trust. On the other hand, if she continues to keep secrets and makes you feel uncomfortable, don't hesitate to make a decision for yourself. You deserve a relationship built on transparency and mutual trust, and if that doesn't exist, perhaps it's time to move on and avoid deeper hurt. Number 3. She frequently changes plans at the last minute. At first, you may be understanding and forgiving, thinking that it's just unforeseen circumstances. But when these last-minute cancellations happen more and more often, accompanied by vague excuses, you need to reconsider. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, life is too short to waste on things that don't matter. When you invest time and effort in planning special moments with her, only for her to call a few hours before with an urgent situation, you're not only disappointed but also left feeling disrespected. The constant cancellations not only devalue your time but also make you question whether she truly values the relationship. If her reasons for canceling are unclear, or it feels like she's hiding something, don't jump to conclusions, but don't ignore those feelings either. As Epictetus taught, do not let yourself be carried away by things you cannot control, but master your emotions. Take a step back, assess the situation calmly, and avoid letting doubt cloud your judgment. Instead of confronting her harshly, approach her with sincerity and honesty. You could say, I feel sad and disappointed when our plans are frequently canceled at the last minute. I want to understand the real reasons behind this, as it makes me feel like our relationship isn't being prioritized. This isn't an accusation, but rather an opportunity for both of you to understand each other better. Listen to her response and try to determine if she has a valid reason. If she is truly busy or dealing with difficulties, you can support her. However, if she continues to avoid the issue and fails to provide clear explanations, remember Seneca's advice: we must let go of the things that do not bring us benefit. Sometimes reevaluating the relationship and deciding what truly contributes to your happiness is necessary. In a healthy relationship, both partners should prioritize each other and respect each other's time and feelings. If this lack of respect continues, it may be time to reconsider the future of the relationship. Number 4. She is particularly conscious of appearance, not only hers but also yours. Her phone seems inseparable, but beyond that, you may notice her spending hours in front of the mirror, meticulously applying eyeliner, carefully selecting outfits, and trying them on repeatedly before making a final decision. When strolling down the street or browsing social media, she doesn't hesitate to compliment others on their looks, from models with perfect bodies in magazines to beautiful girls she happens to meet. She spends considerable time watching makeup tutorials, skincare routines, or even plastic surgery videos. Taking care of one's appearance is commendable, but when it turns into an obsession, the situation takes a different turn. Perhaps she has been in relationships with very attractive men, and now she believes that looks are the key to attracting and keeping a man. This obsession may lead her to compare you with her exes, criticizing your fashion choices, saying your hairstyle doesn't suit your face, or even pointing out that your body doesn't meet her standards. That she might also compare you to strangers she sees on social media, making you feel inadequate and constantly pushing you to meet her unrealistic appearance standards. This excessive focus on appearance not only signals that she values looks more than the person inside, but also suggests she may not truly recognize your inner worth. Instead of spending time discovering your soul, listening to your thoughts, and sharing genuine emotions, she is caught up in shallow conversations about fashion, beauty, or celebrities. Sadly, she might overlook your efforts to create romantic moments or have meaningful conversations simply because you don't meet her appearance expectations. She might cancel a date just because you wore a shirt she considers out of style, or become angry if you gained a few pounds. Such moments don't just leave you hurt, but also raise the question of whether she truly values the relationship or merely its external appearance. A genuine relationship requires more than exterior perfection. It requires inner harmony and mutual understanding. Number 5. She avoids introducing you to her friends. Her constant avoidance of introducing you to her friends is a worrying sign in your relationship. Even though you may have excitedly planned a gathering with both of your friends, she always finds excuses like it's not the right time or my friends are busy. Because even when you casually mention the name of one of her friends, she immediately becomes uncomfortable and quickly changes the subject. These actions not only make you feel disconnected from her life, but also raise questions about whether she's hiding something. Is she afraid her friends might reveal a part of her past she doesn't want you to know? Or even worse, is she still involved with one of them? Whatever the reason may be, her unwillingness to let you into her world is a sign that she may not fully value or trust you. As Seneca said, true wealth is a free mind. In this situation, don't let her avoidance affect your self-worth or make you feel undeserving. Stay calm and take control of the situation. Have an honest conversation, share your feelings, and explain that you want to know more about her world, including her friends. If she truly cares and wants to build a solid relationship, she will be willing to listen and open up. However, if she continues to avoid the topic and refuses to change, it shows a lack of trust and openness, essential elements of a healthy relationship. As Epictetus reminds us, know when to let go of what no longer serves your happiness and peace. When a relationship lacks trust and transparency, it may be time to consider moving on to seek honesty and tranquility for yourself. Number 6. Her excessive comfort with physical intimacy might leave you feeling bewildered. In those initial moments of closeness when you anticipate tenderness, romance, and a deep soul connection, she displays a fervor and urgency that's out of place. Everything unfolds hastily and superficially, leaving you with a sense of emptiness, even suspicion, rather than the anticipated bliss and fulfillment. Could this excessive confidence, this ease and casualness in physical touch, be a sign that she's been with too many partners, that she's had too many relationships? This thought might stir confusion and uncertainty within you, but remain calm and don't rush to judgment. Perhaps this is simply her way of expressing affection, or maybe beneath that carefree exterior she carries hidden wounds and losses that she's trying to mask. You give her time, observe, and listen attentively to gain a deeper understanding of her true nature before making any assumptions. Number 7. She tells vague or contradictory stories. One important sign that your partner may have had multiple relationships in the past is the inconsistency or vagueness in the stories she shares. As your relationship progresses, you may start noticing that some details about her past are unclear or even contradict each other. The story she tells may change each time, whether it's about past relationships, jobs, or personal experiences. This can leave you feeling confused and questioning her honesty. At first, you might brush off these vague details, thinking that it's just a mix-up in her memory or not wanting to pry too much into her personal life. However, as these inconsistencies begin to add up, doubts may start to surface. For example, she might have mentioned living in a certain city for a long time, only to later say she has never lived there. Or she might talk about previous relationships but later deny having had any. These contradictions, whether minor or significant, make you feel like she's hiding something, or at the very least, not being completely truthful about her past. These inconsistencies can also lead to a sense of insecurity in the relationship, as trust is a crucial part of building a strong connection. If you can't rely on what she shares about her life, it creates a major obstacle to developing a deeper bond. Especially if she becomes defensive or evasive when you try to clarify these details, it only adds to your concerns. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, truth never harms the one who speaks it. For a relationship to be sustainable, clarity and honesty are needed from both sides. If she is unwilling to explain or clear up these contradictory stories, it might be time to reconsider the nature of the relationship. Number 8. She often disappears for a few days without notice, always citing unforeseen reasons that she can't avoid. You might be in the middle of a conversation, have plans for a date, or be waiting for her response about something important. But suddenly, she seems to vanish, no contact, no replies to texts or calls. When she reappears after a few days of silence, her explanations are typically vague, such as being too busy with work, dealing with urgent family matters, or needing time for herself to unwind from stress. At first, you may be understanding and sympathetic. Everyone faces personal pressures at times and needs space to recharge. However, when this behavior starts happening repeatedly, it gradually makes you feel uneasy, as though you are not a priority in her life. This unexplained disappearance doesn't just create an invisible distance between the two of you, but also raises concerns about trust and her commitment to the relationship. Each time she comes back, you realize that her explanations are often unclear and lack detail. She may mention that work suddenly became overwhelming, but there's no specific explanation of what happened. Or she might say her family needed support, yet she doesn't provide any clarity about the situation. This leaves you feeling lost, as if you're facing a relationship where transparency and trust are seriously lacking. Her disappearance can also affect your sense of security in the relationship. You begin to wonder if she's hiding something or if she's simply not ready for a long-term commitment. Relationships require frequent and open communication because this is the foundation of trust. When someone continually disappears without a reasonable explanation or is unwilling to share, it not only strains the relationship but also makes you feel disrespected. These frequent disappearances without prior notice may also indicate that she hasn't fully defined her future with you. She might be struggling with personal issues, or perhaps she's uncertain about her own commitment to the relationship. Whatever the reason, the lack of transparency and communication makes you feel alone in the relationship, as if you're just an afterthought in her life. It's time for you to be honest with yourself and with her. Sit down and openly share your feelings, explaining that her unexplained disappearances are making you feel uncertain and insecure in the relationship. If she truly cares about the relationship and wants to build something long-term, she will understand your concerns and make an effort to change, creating a stronger foundation of communication and trust. However, if she continues to avoid the issue or refuses to change, it may be time for you to seriously consider whether to continue this relationship. Every lasting relationship requires communication, trust, and presence, both emotionally and physically. So without these elements, the relationship is unlikely to grow further. Number 9. She hides the fact that you are her boyfriend. Even though you've been together for a long time, she never makes the relationship public. When around her friends or colleagues, you notice that she doesn't introduce you as her boyfriend but simply refers to you as a friend. She may avoid conversations about your relationship, always changing the subject when someone asks about her love life. On social media, she never shares photos of the two of you, or if she does, they are vague pictures that don't clearly show that you are a couple. This secrecy makes you feel like you don't truly have a place in her life, as if she's not ready to acknowledge the existence of the relationship. Will you start wondering if she's hiding something or if she's simply not ready for a long-term commitment? A genuine relationship requires openness and sharing, and her reluctance to acknowledge you as her boyfriend could be a sign of a lack of trust or uncertainty about the future of your relationship. Number 10. In her future plans, it seems like you don't have a place. Even though your relationship appears to be progressing, you start to notice that when she talks about major life goals such as her career, travel, or where she plans to live, you are rarely mentioned. She may enthusiastically share her dreams of starting her own business, moving to a new city, or pursuing personal hobbies, but she never seems to talk about doing these things with you. This not only leaves you feeling left out, but also raises concerns that she may not see you as an important part of her long-term life. A true relationship requires connection in terms of future plans, where both partners build and share common goals together. If she doesn't include you in those plans, it may be a sign that she isn't fully committed to the relationship, or worse, doesn't truly envision you in her future.